is when you do that?
Well, no, I don't have any specific figures with me, but I'm just saying it, you know, you can actually sort of link projects in a way. Say the Swamp Pond School cost, as a bonded figure, it costs the town $1 million a year. You could actually shift those dollars and have a zero impact on the residents.
Okay, but all right, but you're saying that with not being able to produce specific numbers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no impact. I'm saying you could arrange it so you have no impact on the residential tax figures, the residential property tax rate. It's possible, isn't it? That's my figure.
I guess I would say at the dual tax rate discussions that happen every year, that seems to be something that's in disagreement at this point, that the assessors and the selectmen and yourself have discussions about. So I think we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
One last question that I have, based on your candidate profile, you actually have a very interesting idea that actually hits close to this group, and that was the idea of your certificates for public service. I thought if you could just speak real quick to that before you go to close.
Yeah, I think we need to get more people involved in government, our local government. I think it's fun and it's interesting. I happen to be an associate member of the Conservation Commission, and you get out and get around town, you get to meet people, and you see what's going on in different projects, and you get to know other people on the board, and it's enjoyable. And I think more people should be experiencing local government. And I think if we had some kind of little certificate system going, perhaps people would feel more that they have, they were able to contribute to the school committee or to the finance committee if they had, did some preparation work. And so I just thought it would be nice. Plus, even extend it to high school children and have them be involved in getting some certificate of public service, and just so they become aware of the dynamics of running a town. So that was about it, really.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for answering the questions. And so now you have around 5 minutes for a close if you want to wrap up your thoughts.
Well, I understand that that SHEP and the business community, it is a difficult thing to be suggesting a tax rate increase to a certain section. I'm not particularly comfortable doing this, but I feel that as a town we don't have many aces up our sleeve, and unfortunately the only one we really have to play is a dual tax rate, and that's why I'm proposing it. I think we're in such a desperate position when it comes to the town budget that we need to make this move. Personally, I think it's coming. It doesn't really, it's not really dependent on me saying it. I think this thing's coming down the road at us, and it's going to happen. I think the dual tax rates are on their way for North Reading. That's my feeling. I would say that. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for participating today, and for being a candidate for selectmen. Good luck.
Thank you.
And everyone come out on May 8th and have your voice heard and vote. There are 2 positions open for Board of Selectmen, and there are currently 5 candidates. We'll be hearing from 3 of those candidates today. Mr. Mounter was the first. In a few minutes, we're going to hear from Mr. Jim Maldune, and then after Jim will be Mr. John Murphy. And then this afternoon, we'll hear from the school committee. So we'll take a quick break and then come back with something again. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome back. We are back at the Citizen Action Committee's Candidates Q&A. Just to recap, since we're going to be going on all day, this event is a chance for the citizens of North Reading to meet the candidates in a little bit different format than what might have been done before. We've referred to it as a job interview. It's a chance for the public to ask questions of the candidates in a forum that allows the candidates to answer very directly and get to some real core issues. And to that end, the Citizens Action Committee had asked each candidate to fill out a candidate's profile, which centered around 6 specific issues. This morning we're talking to the Board of Selectmen Candidates, and for those candidates, the 6 issues that we asked them to deal with were the tax rate, the dual tax rate, commercial property, either expansion or dealing with the existing commercial property, school department issues, budgets, interactions between the 2 boards, contract negotiations with town employees, town finances, staying within budget, how do we try and improve that revenue stream, and the leadership role of the Board of Selectmen both towards the town and towards town committees. And in sending out those requests, we have 3 of those candidate profiles back, and those 3 candidates are also going to be joining us. We just spoke with Mr. Paul Mounter. We're going to be speaking in just a second to Mr. Jim Maldune, and then right after Jim will be Mr. John Murphy. To make sure, because I just found out this morning that it didn't get into the paper, this event is being taped as well as being done live, and will be replayed on Channel 22, our local access channel as always. Sundays and Tuesdays this will be replayed at 8 p.m., so prime time. I think 60 Minutes comes on right before. And Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 10 a.m. So when you're looking for something to do during nap time, that's going to be a riveting.
60 minutes plus.
Yeah, 60 minutes plus, right. Just real briefly to talk about our group, since we get to plug it. The Citizens Action Committee is a group of involved citizens, and our mission statement is to provide open forums for discussion of existing town issues, this being an example, hopefully, of that. We also want to introduce, support, and or manage the resolution of town issues. And primarily, most importantly, the group is an advocate and is looking to promote ongoing community involvement. So getting people involved in town government, getting people involved in committees. And when we talk about getting involved in committees, that's not necessarily joining a committee. In a lot of cases, it's much more fun to watch the committees and give input as a public citizen. And a lot of times those committees want that and don't get it. Also, our initiatives are town budget, keeping it within revenue projections, town meeting participation, voter registration, and a solution to all the town space needs, police, elementary, and DPW, which is an issue coming up in the future. If you're interested and you have any questions, you can visit us at www.cacnr.org. Our website has a lot of information. We try and keep the town up to date on meetings as they happen and our particular perspective on that. You can also find the candidates' profiles up there as well. And the last plug before we go to Mr. Maldune is that for those of you who haven't come down and would like to, for lunch, Domino's has kindly donated pizza, so we will have plenty of pizza, and thus far we will have lots of pizza. People don't show up.
11:30.
All right, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Maldune. He'll have 5 minutes for an open to make his initial statements. Then we'll go to 20 minutes of question and answer. Questions both from myself, from questions we had on email, phone, and from the public. And then he'll have 5 minutes for close. Thank you, and so Mr. Maldune.
Thank you very much. My name is Jim Maldune, and I would like to thank the Citizen Action Committee for allowing me to have this opportunity to tell everyone about myself and my background and what issues I'm interested in, and basically how I think I can help this town be, hopefully become a better place to live in. The big question, I suppose, at this point is, why am I running? Well, it started about 1 year ago this time. I went to town meeting, I have to admit, for the first time in the 5 years that I've been here, unfortunately, and I wanted to see what was happening in this town. I wanted to know how this town operates, and I really got an eyeful. I realized that it's very political, and there's a lot going on, and we really have to look at these type of things. But over the summer, I started thinking more and more about the town and how things were operating, and basically in September, when the town meeting was approaching and the November ballots were approaching, I started to get involved more and more, trying to learn more knowledge about what was happening in the town in terms of the school issues and overrides and other issues that are going on in the town. And I went to town meeting. I was involved with the everything that was going on, mainly with the school issue of the Swan Pond School, involved in the ballot question. After that period of time, I felt very frustrated. I was a citizen, a parent who had children, and I was upset with what had happened only because I felt the school was really needed. I had gotten involved in the background of the school, and I just thought it was a good idea. And as November approached, the opportunity came up to be involved with the school building committee. I sent a letter off to Dr. Trout, and I asked him if I could belong to that committee, and I did get involved, and we did a good job, I think, of looking at that issue. And the thing that has happened over the last few months is just frustration, unfortunately, has built more and more. And I really feel that this town is in trouble. It needs help in terms of where are we going from here, long-range planning and strategy. I think the Board of Selectmen's job is leadership, and I am not sure they're doing a real good job of that in terms of where this town is going and what are we going to do with it. The point of what the selectmen are supposed to do is to optimize the well-being of North Reading. Is North Reading well-being truly at its best at this point? I don't think so. I think we're divided, fractured, so many problems in terms of where are we going, finances, revenue, the Swan Pond issue, the middle school, the high school, also the police station. A lot of infrastructure needs that we need to take care of. We need to invest our tax dollars wisely in the future. And I think we need better management, open discussion. We need to be listening more, and especially we need to be leading more. One of the biggest issues we really have to deal with here also is bringing North Reading back together again. This is such a divided town. We really need to do something about it. We have younger people versus seniors. Poor seniors, they've been blamed for everything. We have parents with children versus adults with no children. We have parents with children in elementary versus parents with children in middle school versus parents with children in high school. We have new residents versus longtime residents. We really have to start walking in the shoes of other people and get this town together with one voice. Just put yourself in the shoes of a new-time resident. They've lived in another town for a period of time. They hear the reputation of North Reading. They want to come here, they explore, they try and find a house. They get here and they find out that the town is so divided. Half the town doesn't like the other half of town. The Board of Selectmen are so fractured. We don't know where we're going. We have financial problems. We have infrastructure problems. It's very disheartening. It's very disheartening. On the flip side, you're a longtime resident. You have newer people coming into town. Longtime residents have been here so long. They've spent their entire life here, maybe 10, 20, 30, 50 years. And they've tried, they've settled here, they've tried to do their best to make this the best town. And here comes these snotty-nosed little brats from some other town telling us what to do. We really have to understand that they don't want this.